And an art gallery in the United States has been forced to cancel and apologise for an upcoming exhibition. The gallery was putting together an exhibit that featured black artists and their work. However, it was the way they obtained the pieces that got them into hot water. Instead of directly dealing with the artist, the Whitney Museum of Art bought the pieces through a charity at a heavily discounted price. They also did not get the artist's permission. Instead, the Whitney told them they were honoured to show their works. Many artists voiced their frustration on social media, which eventually led to the gallery to cancel the exhibition and issue a grovelling apology. Ben, is this just artists being a bit sensitive, or does the gallery have a case to answer to?
No, I think that they do need to ask the artist. I think the artist needs to be involved with stuff like that. You know, I think that, that's how I feel.
But why when, Robbo, I'm a little bit perplexed at this. You sell your goods. When you sell it to the other person, you don't have a right to decide what happens to it.
Yeah, but they did sell it though, Rob, in this understanding of where they would go. And it was go to, people who can't afford to actually buy, proper art, but it allowed them to get art from artists who would normally fetch, obviously, a much, much higher price. This was the way of inclusion for the community. And that's where the difference is. When I first saw this article, I was also a bit perplexed because I'm like, well, the gallery is still a business and it's got to do things like that. But I do think that this was underhanded and cheeky and arrogant, actually, more arrogant, because when they then reached out to the artists, they were like, it's such an honor to have your work. And the way that they were going to, which makes me think that they knew that they were being a bit dodgy, the way that they were going to compensate them further was they get a lifetime entry plus a guest into the gallery. So I think there was already an understanding of, we've done something dodgy here, but hopefully we can shut them up. That's the big difference. That they did not give those works.
I just think this is
so precious. Yeah, but they didn't give those. No, they didn't give their works to be bought up by a gallery that does have a $300 million budget.
You don't get to decide that. When you sell your work, you don't get to decide.
They sold their work. No, you missed my. They sold their work to that particular company, to that not-for-profit, as a way to get those photographs to other people. They did not sell their work expecting it to be picked up by an art gallery. That's very different. Very different.
Robbo,
because if an art gallery came along and said, I want to have your pictures, then you have to pay what they're worth. You can't buy it from a not-for-profit. That's not what they entered into.
There are certain things that I think need to have a classification on them, and this has been brought up before when someone tried to sell an Academy Award. There are certain things that have a difference about them and an association to them, and I think that there needs to be some kind of classification.
It's the Ben, Rob and